Kiara, though.
Do you consent to this conversation up until the point where I say the recording will stop to be recorded?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. What was your first impression before your session with Divinity 648?
When my first interaction with you was I actually thought it was not about that. I thought it was more about, because I was going through AA, and I thought it was more of the supportive group, but it actually turned out to be more of something that I feel like I actually needed a lot more in. So in meeting you, I was extremely excited because there's not a lot of people who are interested and are in the mission and are in the same, as you can say, like the professional field of what I'm trying to attain, like and having knowledge of. So I was completely excited. I was all for it. Great first impression with you. You had a great energy, great person overall, great glow. So I was completely like excited to just get started and see what I can learn from this journey with you.
How many readers have you been to in your lifetime? No judgment here.
Ooh, I went to quite a few.
Me too.
I've gone to I've gone to quite a few, and I don't want to say I've gone to a few.
So a lot of, like, I don't know about you, but for me, going to see readers, sometimes I'm more of a skeptic, even though I'm am I saying that right? Skeptic, even though I myself is a reader, right? Like, I'm still skeptical of certain people. What were some of the things that made you feel skeptical about our session, and have you been able to clarify any of those doubts?
There hasn't really been any skepticism. Oh my goodness.
I know that word is so hard. It's like, why can't I say this?
Any skepticism, because I feel like you're very on point. Sorry. It's one of those words, just like you're either gonna get it or you're not gonna get it. It's like that's
exactly. It's like I can't say all of it. I can roll my R's though.
I actually haven't really have any like feelings like that. I think anytime that I've been unsure with something you said and in the way you said it or the way you've written it, I've always asked questions, because you never know unless you ask. So I rarely have any issues really, like when it comes to I feel like everything's just really been on point. Like everything that the sessions between you and I have been so progressional for me, and I've actually been able to let go of certain things in my lifestyle. I've been able to just have a way more clear mindset, and I've actually had a lot more of, how can I put it? I feel like a lot of the negativity has fallen off me. And I've been able to progress and be able to refocus and be able to now, like, I also have this like hunger, this hunger of like, okay, wow, like I feel different. I feel like I could do this. So it's like, I felt every time we do talk, I feel like there's always clarity in something that has always has pushed me through to like figure more and more things out. And really it's made me a lot stronger too as well.
Nice. So it's fair to say that
you're awesome. It's fair to say.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that. So on my website, it says empowering souls worldwide. Do you feel that Divinity 648 has empowered you in any way, basically?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Nice. You already answered my question, but I had to.
But I will say it again. Absolutely. 101%. And it's definitely It's something that I'm looking forward to every day, you know, and the more knowledge and to gain, and just honestly like how far this can go, you know, like the journey, and
It
it's
goes
very
far.
exciting.
Yeah.
Very uplifting, and
It's
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
no, thank you. Isn't it like that whole Matrix movie with like the blue pill, red pill? It's like uh
Yes.
there's no going back and it's really different.
Yes, it really is. Something that I mentioned to my hubby that that you said to me, and I'm like, wow, like it's so true. It's like once you enter this phase, like once you enter this part of your life, this dimension, this way of thinking, it's like you really sit there and you're like, you think twice about the things that you did wrong before and not turning back to that, you know, like you really sit there and you're like, yeah, no, thank you, bye, like, you know, like
Red
you
flag,
know, it's
red flag, I'm
yes,
running.
exactly, it's like, you know, and even internally, like you feel it. Like for me, I feel it. I feel so much stronger now when it's something, if there's something or someone that is not supposed to be in my path or around me, or I feel like I need to be more cautious of, I feel it so much more strongly. And the things that I do need to move towards to, even that I also feel so strongly now. So it's like, it's great. It's just, oh gosh. It's just been a great experience.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Did you feel like that I could relate to you? Did you feel like during your session I was
Absolutely.
okay, judgment free, or did you feel
No,
judged?
absolutely. No. Absolutely felt very comfortable with you from day one. Like I said, my first impression of you was like, wow. It was like meeting one of my girlfriends, like for the like someone that I knew for like years and years, and it was just so natural just talking to you. So I feel like with you, it's we everything every time we speak, there's so many things that resonate, so we can really turn one conversation from it being like a 10-minute, supposed to be a 10-minute conversation, to it being like an hour long type of thing. Like you just have this great energy and this great way about you, great personality, and never change that. Never change that, because you're awesome in every way in that sort.
How would you
Awesome in
describe,
every way.
thank you, I appreciate that very much. How would you describe a personal consultation session? Um, if someone approached you and said, I'm thinking about booking a personal consultation, which is our sessions, how would you how would you describe that experience? Like if somebody said, what can I expect? What would you say to them?
I would say be very open-minded. Um, I would say be very open-minded, be willing to also, if like, be willing to be open in the sense of you hear something that kind of like gives you a feeling like you need to change, like ask questions, be open. I feel like a lot of times that I've asked questions, a lot of times that we've had conversations, and even just having a normal, like, anytime conversation, like you yourself, like it's like the hidden gems, you give gems, and I feel like everyone can definitely feel comfortable in knowing that if they do a personal consultation with you, it's definitely they're gonna progress in so many different ways, and they're gonna have so many outlooks, whether it's new outlooks or confirming outlooks, or they're always gonna gain something amazing from having a personal consultation with you, for sure, for sure.
Did you have any experiences during any of the sessions? Meaning, were you able to smell any smells, get any sensations? Were you able to, um, did you get that grounded, heavy feeling? Like, did you have any type of euphoric or phenomena type experiences during
Oh,
any of
absolutely.
it?
Absolutely. I'm laughing. You probably can feel me laughing over here. I'm laughing because every single time I speak to you, I always feel something. Always, 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 always. First time, I definitely tasted that, and I urged. Actually, I remember saying this to you, how days before you and I had I had my first consultation with you, like energy maintenance with you, I was like urging to have a peppermint mocha from Starbucks. And then when we first have our first personal consultation, you mentioned something about how you like to eat peppermint, how you tend to have, and it's just funny because I just automatically, it's like, all right, I knew, like, all right, we connected. Like it was already gonna go to us talking to each other, and it was already leading to it. So that was like a confirmation. That was great. That was awesome. I also the other time, like there was once as well where my instincts, I remember we were speaking and I was in a dark area, and as we're talking and our energies are open, I felt like some instincts that I felt like, okay, I need to move from where the location of where I was, and I went with my instincts. I remember that right there, I felt like a little fear inside. So that was just my instincts. Like, I know it was like, okay, get out of there. But that was in the sense of like, it was just like, it was like an instinct coming through, and it was a help, and you was definitely very helpful with that. And I feel like every time, I mean, the other moments that we have spoken, I feel like I always have this like this drive afterwards. Honestly, like, you help me have a lot of clarity through the moments where I have questions, or moments that I'm unsure about things. Like, you always say something that kind of just helps me, boom, get right back in motion, get right back into path, or have that clarity that I just need in order to go forward with what I need to go forward with.
So the obstacles kind of just fall down.
Yes.
Nice. Do you feel that your visualizations in your head are clearer during our sessions or after our sessions than before?
Absolutely. 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 I always feel like afterwards, um, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I honestly feel so much lighter afterwards, if that makes sense.
Yes, like not so heavy.
It's just like a lot of, yes, like I don't feel so much, gosh, it's even hard to explain, but I just feel always lighter, and I feel so maybe hyper, but hyper in the
Recharged.
sense like I'm so, yeah, there we go. That's the word, recharged, like ready to go, ready to get going on whatever I need to work on. Like, it's just always a great vibe, always. And then that even starts even during, not even, that doesn't, it's not even after, it's like during it. Even there's even moments I feel like as I've been working with you, there's even moments where before I'm already feeling it throughout, where it's like, it's just, I'm able to keep that with myself, like, I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, but
I do.
like, instead of it being a roller coaster, but which before for me was like an ultimate roller coaster, it was always like up and down. So it was always like, one minute I felt yucky, another minute I'm like great. Lately, like, my yucky moments are like even less and less and less. And even when I have a moment where I feel like I'm like getting a little drained, or I'm a little down, I put into effect like tools that, like the energy cleansing, like visualizing the white light going over me. Like, I put into work, I put into to work those tools that you advised me on, and they work. It always works. Always, always, always.
Oh, so good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel forgiveness? I don't know, like, is forgiveness with you? Do you feel that you've progressed with forgiving people or forgiving yourself in any type of way since you've worked with me?
Oh, yes. Oh my goodness, it's actually funny that you say that. I actually went through something yesterday, a huge thing that I've been going back and forth with my significant other, and I have been, ever since I've been working with you, I've been able to reflect a lot more because of that clarity now, because of a lot of that negative energy getting off, and that, me being able to now control and like work more on my energy and keeping myself grounded. I have a lot of clarity through, and I've been able to forgive a lot more, and really like let go of the little things that would irk me. Like I had the baddest road rage before, okay? I've had the baddest road rage before. But honestly, like with yeah, it's crazy, right?
The temper
I've
is
had the baddest
real.
road rage. Yeah. I've had the baddest because sometimes people make not the wisest choices of how they drive sometimes. It irks me. But anyways, I've been able to forgive a lot more. And honestly, you know what I've been noticing a lot more? A lot of patience. A lot of patience with me. Which patience was not my virtue before.
Right? It's
But I've
almost like a
actually
submissive
I've been
energy too, right?
yes, like I've been able to um before I lash out, before I want to say something, before I'm like, what the, it's like I retreat. I get back and I'm like, you know what? Let it go. It's not even worth that energy. Like you got other stuff you need to store that energy for. That's way more progressional. Like, like that's where I'm at now. And I've been able to find, like I said, with my significant other, we actually were able to forgive each other yesterday over something that has happened to us in the past like 5-6 years over in a was in a range between 5 to 6 years that we've been kind of going through. And it's been honestly a great feeling being able to forgive and be forgiven for certain things. And I've been able to forgive myself a lot more too for the certain ways of certain things that I've gone through, certain manners I've acted in the past. And it's really like opened my eyes to just so much more, and being able, honestly, like you really forgive yourself, you start and practicing forgiveness, honestly, like your heart just opens up so much more. You have so much more capacity for more positivity. You have so much more a place in your mind and in your soul and in your heart to just be more open and be more accepting and be more how can I explain it, like just being able to just go with the flow, go with the flow, not for me. I used to stress like crazy, man. Like you said, and don't get me
Anxiety.
wrong, like I have my stresses here and there, but even now, like I find myself just being like, you know what, we're not gonna stress about this. Let's think about this again. Let's find, other ways to, make things better, or for it to work, or if this doesn't work, it's just this totally new outlook, and just more patience, more forgiveness, more opening, more capacity to love.
What do you
So
think caused that
um
within you?
the what, the forgiveness or
Yeah, the newness, this new way of
the new,
being.
that's a good question. I feel like there's multiple things. um I feel like the helping with the energy cleansing. And before I didn't know, before I met you, I didn't know where to put my energy to, how to clear my energy completely, how to what things affect your energy too. Like you taught me a lot about the foods. And it's like I feel like with those things right there, like that helped out so much, like just I had a lot of stuff. And I think mainly it was the forgiveness part, isn't forgiving myself. I also was going through a really tough period in my life. And then, I'll say this out where, I was going through AA meetings, and I, like I said, I was losing myself really pretty fast downhill very quickly. And I was consuming like alcohol. I was, smoking like crazy. And it was all because I was trying to numb, like the hurt, the pain I was going through. And it's because I really didn't have the tools or the guidance on how to really um like positively change things, how to really turn it around, what to really focus on. Instead, I kept going to negative influences or things that really, instead of bringing me up, it was actually bringing me more down. and there goes the feeling of, I was getting stuck in a hole. So I know a lot of what helped me, like 100%, was definitely that energy maintenance. Those times that we had that energy maintenance sessions, because honestly, like as soon from waking up the next day and just I felt different. I felt completely different, and honestly, that really helped me. I'm really grateful for that, because that, wow, like to this day, I've been able to now finally like not drink. Like, I don't have urges to drink anymore. I don't have certain things, like, just doesn't bug me as much anymore. Even relationships, like, with my significant other has improved. Um, outlooks and things for my daughter, my children, like, has also improved. And me looking for like future, trying to fix, things like one of my things I have to fix is my credit, so like I become a lot more future focused and also a lot of presently focused with that, and finding ways to, okay, how am I going to progress in my life. So it's been like a fast track of progression for me.
That's beautiful. Thank you for that. just real quick, because this is, I have to ask, can you please state your name